Welcome back to Cord Cutting Today, where we break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting, including today. Amazon CEO wants to bring home internet to 400 to 500 million households that currently don't have high-speed internet. We'll tell you how and what's happening with that. Also, NBC Universal is bringing some new technology to over-the-air broadcasts that allow you to restart content, have on-demand content, and more with it. We'll tell you how they're doing this, exactly what's happening, and more with that. And U.S. households now watch an average of 43 hours of video every week, but a growing percentage of that is coming from free ad-supported services. We'll break down this news and a whole lot more coming up here in a second. First though, if you're new here, do me a big favor. You can find a link to each story I talk about in the show notes and in the first pinned comment. If you want to learn more about them, you can find them there. If you're new here, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, let YouTube know you enjoy what we do here so YouTube recommends our videos to more people, helping us grow and hopefully helping you break free from the high cost of television and still watch the shows you enjoy. So with that said, let's dive into it. Amazon successfully last year tested satellite internet. Now this is very different than older satellite internet. It's what's called low Earth orbit internet, where there's a network of hundreds of, and eventually thousands of satellites that broadcast internet across the world, rather than one very high single or two single satellites that cover a large area with very slow internet. These new options are very fast and work very different. Well, Amazon now has a permission to launch 1,000 prototypes dishes and launch some satellites into space this year to start testing this from the FCC. And Amazon CEO Andy Jassy, I hope I said that right, has come out with an update to shareholders about the project. He says he's very excited about it and reiterated things he said before, like his goal to bring it to 400 to 500 million households around the world that do not have it, do not have high-speed internet now. I know for a lot of people here in the US, we say, how can people not have high-speed internet? Well, even in the United States, there's a good number of people still stuck on DSL and other slow internet options. Now with this, they'll be able to go and get up to 1 gigabit of speed, depending on which package they buy. Amazon's new internet service will be available in a standard version with up to 400 down, which is more than enough if you're streaming video and watching YouTube and doing your taxes and stuff online. A pro version with up to 1 gigabyte of service, perfect for companies or large homes, they say, because this is also going to be available to businesses. And if you want a portable dish, if you just want to use this when you're boondocking, maybe you're an RVer. I know it's a growing trend in the United States for people to live, I guess, nomadically. I don't know. I think that's not really a good word for it, but the idea of people traveling around in RVs and moving around a lot. Well, a portable 7-inch dish will give you up to 100 per down. Again, it's enough to watch 4 4K streams at once and still surf the web with that. So Amazon is going to start testing this year. They're going to launch more satellites, production model, and start more widespread testing. Next year, reportedly, they intend to start selling it. We'll see what happens here. But question, would you buy home internet from Amazon? Does that interest you? Does that not interest you? It's also going to be available to businesses, but I think their main business here will be residential. All right, NBC Universal yesterday launched on-demand programming free over there using ATSC 3.0. Now, there's a lot of ways to do this, but with this, you'll be able to do things like if you start watching the Today Show, you can decide to start it over from the beginning. You can pull up on-demand clips and content that they talk about and reference. You can be able to click on it and watch it there. Now, ATSC 3.0 technically has the technology to do this over the air with it. And different ways to do data over the air to your box. But it also connects to the internet, and they can run this through the internet. You can basically be watching a show, trigger something, and have it stream in a clip, and then bring you back to your antenna with it. A lot of ways to do this, but this is some of that technology that we've heard about for a while that hasn't been widely used. Now NBC's rolling it out to a collection of their own stations, including Philadelphia, Los Angeles, Miami, and other NBC-owned stations. This technology will be available to others to be able to implement. It's kind of cool to see it. Basically, you'll be able to be watching a program on your antenna and say, I want to start this over, and do that. They may be referencing some earlier story. You may be able to get a pop-up that says, hey, watch that clip here. You click on that to watch that clip. Kind of endless technology. Now, ATSC 3.0 does technically have the ability to act like a backbone internet provider and broadcast data. One of the big selling points I saw demoed earlier was to use this technology for emergency alerts. Now, for example, when they implement it someday, you'll be able to get an emergency alert on your television. Not only just you see a little icon that says severe thunderstorm warning, you can click on it, pull up a big text block that says what exactly the alert's about, watch a video, see images, and more with it. They'll also be able to geolocate these better. Right now, the entire West Michigan area gets an alert if there's a severe thunderstorm in one county. This system will allow it to be targeted to counties. It's an opt-in system, but with it, it's 100% over the air. You don't need internet for the emergency weather, including the little clips and data that pulls up. ATSC 3.0 has the technology to transmit that basic data to your television to do it. You can even set it up where they can send an alert to your television if you opt in, and your television can be like a weather radio where it will turn on for certain alerts you want, like a severe thunderstorm, tornado, hurricane, wherever it may be where you live. It will activate and be like an emergency weather alarm in your bedroom if you decide to enable that feature with it. So it's very interesting to see what happens here. I hope they continue to roll out that option. But it is new, it's rolling out, and it'll be available now on these stations if you have a compatible device that supports it. All right, let's move along because we have a whole lot to talk about here, including a new study from Parks Associates says the average American watches 43 hours of television, over 43 hours, a little over, every week of videos, television, phones, and the like. And half of that now is using free ad-supported services like Pluto TV, YouTube, Tubi, and the like. Question for you. How many hours a week do you think you watch videos? I know I probably watch more than I used to. My listening to the radio has gone down in recent years, and often I have a YouTube video or something running in the background as I work. Are you the same? Leave me a comment, let me know. All right, if you're an AT&T customer, your data may have been leaked. Over 72 million customers had their personal data, including birth dates, social security numbers, and more leaked online. AT&T still says they don't believe it was from them. They think a third-party vendor that they work with had the data leaked, and they're investigating. But they are now offering identity theft and consumer credit monitoring for free for a year to affected customers. Also, you're going to want to use this for way past a year. It's just kind of, with all the leaks out there, I recommend you get something like that. But you can get it right now for free from Excedrin. If you're an AT&T customer, check your email. Roku OS 13. This is the new Roku OS that rolled out was announced last week. Started to roll out pretty fast. Good number of Roku owners have had their players update, and Roku televisions over the last few days started to update. A couple of my Roku televisions have updated to Roku OS 13. One of the little hidden things, I don't know if you have it, you leave me a comment, let me know. It seems like scrolling on Roku seems to be a lot faster. But leave me a comment, let me know. Roku's will auto-update. You can go into the settings, system settings, and select update to try to manually update it, and it will also show you what version you're currently running right there. System software update, somewhere in there is where you'll find it in the settings. And lastly, deal of the day. Amazon's Fire TVs are on sale right now, or at least at the time of this recording. These deals often end rapidly. The Fire TV Stick 4K is on sale for just $39.99. It's a really powerful streaming player. One I'm standing in front of here. Limited time deal. Find a link to it in the show notes down below. That's it for today. If you have a question for me you want me to answer, leave me a comment. Start off with something like a question for Luke, so I know it's something you want me to answer, and I'll do my best to answer them. Every Monday through Friday, we post videos just like this one. We would appreciate your support. Just hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, and I'll do a Q&A again tomorrow. Take care, be safe. Have a great day, everybody.